from Colorado's high-definition news leader. This is 9 News at 5 a.m.
Heard of Cohousing? It's a planned community that is owned and managed by the people who live there, who want more interaction with their neighbors. Denmark is one of the first places in the world to have tried it, and now it's growing in popularity, including here in Colorado. This week, a national co-housing conference is being held in Boulder, and this morning, one of the world's top experts on co-housing is in the information center. His name is Chuck Durett. Chuck, good morning. Thank you for coming in so early.
Thank you so much.
You are actually credited with helping to launch the co-housing concept here in this country. What are these neighborhoods like?
Well, imagine you were to put 30, 40 families together and talk about the best way to make a new neighborhood. And that's what you get, basically. You get a very child-friendly, senior-friendly, pedestrian-friendly, bicycle-friendly type neighborhood over and over again. I'm an architect, first and foremost, who works with these community groups. And it's really so interesting to me that the neighborhoods never feel like the kind of neighborhood that developers typically build. And it makes sense. These future neighborhoods play a role in making it a custom, well-fitting place to be.
Harmony Village in Golden, Nyland and Lafayette, Hartward down in Durango, just a few of the places here in Colorado which really has embraced this concept of community development. Is it changing urban planning and design, do you think?
Oh, certainly. In North Denver, we did a project a few years ago, Hearthstone, and it's only 32 of 400 houses, but when you walk onto that site, it's palpable how different it is than a typical neighborhood. People stop and talk to each other, kids running to and fro different houses, more or less like old-fashioned neighborhoods. So people visiting the larger projects see that, and they just see, why don't we make more neighborhoods like this? And so it's catching on, and more are being built.
That's what we all grew up with. What happened?
Yeah,
how come we've gone away from that? We have to make a special focus on bringing that back.
Well, I don't know. It's certainly subsided, and currently we have to be very conscious about creating it. We have to get clear about what a good neighborhood is. Future residents have to play that role. You know, different things happen with whether it was the bureaucracies or developers or the banks. They basically, you know, it was all about what sold last time, not what is a great neighborhood.
Okay, tell us about the conference. How many people do you have in town?
It looks like there's about 300 people coming from all over the world, actually, to learn how to make co-housing communities. And this conference really is a concentration of all the folks who, around the U.S., and many of them here in Colorado, have successfully created neighborhoods, high-functioning neighborhoods. So it's a conference for all those people to share on what has worked, what hasn't worked, methods that work. How do you actually organize 30 households to sit down together and talk about how to create a high-functioning neighborhood?
Yeah. Chuck, thanks for coming in this morning. Great work that you all are doing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Again, that conference is going on in Boulder.
Yeah, and as he mentioned, you know, Colorado's been very much in the forefront of this for a long time, and they've spread from Boulder County all over to the metro area, and you can Google co-housing and
I did.
And find a lot of them
many
in the metro area, so check them out. 5:18 now. The heat is on.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like summertime as we move through the day here today, and it's going to be pretty windy as well. Becky's forecast coming up next. Stay with us.
You're watching 9 News, Colorado's high-definition news leader, on the 9 News networks.
For our first hour, 9 News 6 a.m. straight ahead. We hope you stay with us. Have a great day.
The 9 News Network, where news comes first. him.9news.com. It's all right here in the palm of your hand.